Here we go. Exercise 3K. I just want you to copy down the notes because exercise 3K is not hard. It's just determining. That's what it means. Determining equations of graphs, right? Shh. Listen. Thank you. Here we go. I just want you to copy my tips. Because once you know the tips, you can analyze and figure out what equations should have. Now, remember, your quadratic equations, they only come down to about three different types. Now think about it. You had this type. You had y equals 2 ax squared plus bx plus c. That was one type. After that, you learnt another type, which was the turning point form. And it looks like this. X plus b squared plus c. Right? I taught you how to read it in exercise 3D. Turning point form. And then exercise 3b, sometimes you notice you can factorize it and you can have x plus b times x plus c. True? Now these are your main three types of equations and you just got to figure out which one is the best one to use. Okay? So if you have a look at it, this one is not factorized. This is the turning point form. This is when you factorize it to find your x-intercepts. Right? So those are the hints already. If the graph gives you x-intercepts, you might want to use these because it has two x-intercepts there. If you don't have an x-intercept but you have a turning point, then maybe you should use this one. But if you're not given an x-intercept and neither are you given a turning point, then that's the only one you got. Now most of the questions we don't want to use this, okay, because that takes a lot of effort. It means you have to use a calculator, which I'll show you as well. But most of the time, it's going to be one of these two. If you have x-intercepts, if they gave you 2, use this one. If they gave you a turning point, use that one. Because you can tell what the turning point is. This one you can tell what the x-intercepts are. This one you don't know anything. You just know it's quadratic. Right? There's only 3 types that you can have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some examples and I'll let you see which out of those 3 that you need. So please copy those 3 down. You've got a turning point form, you've got an intercept form, and you got the general form. Okay, those are only the 3 types. In your textbook, they'll give you more. There's like another 5 or 6 for you to remember, and I don't want you to memorize a lot. I just want you to figure out the things that you know. See, that's 3D or 3E, and that's 3B, factorizing. This is what you've always been used to. Okay, so it's not hard to remember, and it's easy to judge what type of quadratic equation you got. You either got a turning point, you either got the x-intercepts, or you got none. Okay, those are the only 3 types you got. So copy that down. I recorded. Yep. You only got those 3 types. So even if you're not copying it down, it's recorded. Yeah? I'm going to show you the types of problems you're going to get, and then you're going to work with me and see which one of those 3 equations you're going to choose. I'm going to call them 1. That's equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. Okay? You're going to tell me if it's 1, 2, or 3, which ones would you use depending on the information they've given you. Okay? Have we all copied it? So I'm about to move on. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh no, forget about that. Hopefully you can't see it. Here we go. Let's look at the question. Now this question, you don't have to determine anything because they already gave you the form. They already told you what the equation should be. And they say this quadratic equation will pass through 1, 7 and 2, 10. What they want you to do is find out A and C. Okay? Now the only way to find A and C is to use the information they've given you, and they told you it goes through the points 1, 7 and 2, 10. So you know when x is 1, y is 7. So if you think about the equation, I've got y equals to ax squared plus c. I don't know what A is. I don't know what C is. I have no idea what those are. But I am given when x is 1, when x equals 1, y is equal to 7, according to this. That's what they tell me. So all you have to do here, it's easy for the first part of the question is you sub 1 in. So when x is 1, you got a times 1 squared plus c equals to y to 7. See all I'm doing is I'm substituting the coordinates. I said when x is 1, y is 7. I sub it in and I get one equation. I get this type of equation. I get 7 equals 2a plus c. Is that easy? Yes? Okay. But then that means I've also got 2, 10. So what does that mean? That means when x is 2, y is 10. So I'm going to follow that. I'm like, all right, well, that means 10 has to equal to a times 2 squared plus c, and that gives me 10 equals to 4a plus c. So what I'm doing, I'm just using the information I got. The nice thing that they've done for you is they gave you the form. Okay? And all I have to do now is work out a and c. Now it's possible to do. Back in year 9 and year 10, you learned how to simultaneous two linear equations. You've got a and c, you've got two different equations. Solve it. Now you can either do elimination method or you can do substitution method. It's up to you. Whichever is most easiest for you. I like elimination method. You can do substitution if you want. So if I were to do this, I'd say, let's call this equation 1 and equation 2. I have 10 equals to 4a plus c, and I got 7 equals to a plus c. Now what you can see is if I took equation 1, take away equation 2, that becomes 3a, and that becomes 0. So I'm doing elimination method. C minus c is 0. 4a take away a is 3a. 10 take away 7 is 3. So what does that tell me? That just tells me 3 equals 3a, and therefore a has to equal to 1. Okay, so I'm just doing elimination method. Year 9, year 10 maths there. Yeah? At this point, if you know a is 1, c has to be then 6. 6 because it says here a plus c equals 7. So if a is 1, 1 plus 6 equals 7. Yeah? So now I've got the answers. I've got a equals 1, c equals 6. But that wasn't hard. So what did I do? I just took their form and I substituted coordinates. Yeah? Nothing to do with the 3 types of equations I gave you. That's the first part of 3K. Cool? Now let's have a look at what I want you to think about. What if I didn't give you a form? See, in exercise 3K, what you're meant to do is, what if I didn't give you this ax squared plus c? How do you solve it? See, without this, you can't solve it. That's why I gave you those 3 equations, and I wanted you to know when to use them to help you.
Yeah, but how do you know?
I'll show you. So, ignore all this. You can look at that in your own time. Let's go with, here we go. Oh, that one. Whoop. Is it this one? There we go. Here. That's your job. See, exercise 3K, this is the second half of what you need to do. Oh, not this one. It's this one. Here we go. Why is it... Oh, I don't know why that's doing that. I'm just going to go back.
So hard.
It isn't hard. Do your work. That's it. Okay, here we go. Let's look at these equations. Second part of 3K. Now they don't give you the form. They only give you some coordinates. Your job is to figure out, well, what's the form? And I only gave you 3. I don't want you to memorize all 6 or 5 that they give you in their textbook. I want you to look at it and determine what have they given you. So let's look at the first one. They've given you a point 25, so you've got a coordinate. When x is 2, y is 5. That's great. But what else do you know about this graph? What does it tell you? It's a smiley face or something else. Something really important. Doesn't go up or down, and neither does it go. And the turning point is at where? 0, 0. So you've got a turning point and you've got an x and y coordinate. The first thing you should use is a turning point form. That's it. Turning point form. So here we go. What's a turning point form? Number 2. So number 2, turning point form looks like this. Y equals to a, bracket, x plus b squared plus c. True? That's what I gave you just now. I told you to copy that down, yeah? That's number 2. That's a turning point. Now you told me the turning point doesn't move left, doesn't move up or down. So that means b and c has to be 0. So if you put that in, you know that the turning point right here, the turning point is 0, 0. That means b has to be 0. It doesn't move left or right. And c has to be 0. So what does that give me? It gives me y equals to a x squared plus 0. That's it. Now, I don't know what a is, so how am I going to find a? See, I just used the turning point. I knew that's 0, 0. So now I know b and c is 0. How do I find a? Yeah. Why else did they give you 2, 5? Because they tell you when x is 2, y is 5. So all you have to do is just sum it in. Just exactly what you just did with me in the example. At 2, 5, you know that that would be 2 squared times a has to equal to 5. That gives you 4a equals to 5. So a has to equal to? 5 on 4. Yeah? So what's the equation? The equation would have to be y equals to 5 on 4 x squared.
That's the gradient.
No, that's only if it's a linear equation, but it's a x squared makes it a parabola. Okay, so it's not the gradient. Okay? Next one, same thing. I want you to think about what they've given you. So let's have a look. They gave you another coordinate. You got -3, 1. What's the 0 and 3 represent?
Turning point.
Turning point again. So what equation would you use?
Turning point form.
Turning point form. That's it. So if you follow the turning point form, same thing, number 2, it was y equals to a bracket x plus b squared plus c. Now let's read the turning point. What happened to the turning point? It didn't move left or right, 0.
Up 3.
And up 3. So the only one that's responsible for up 3 is C. Exercise 3D, by the way. So that tells me up 3
Plus C.
and B has to be 0. And that's the only way to not move left or right. The only way to move it up or down, C has to be plus 3. So this is my equation. I've got y equals to a x squared plus 3. I still don't know what a is. How do I find a? Same drill. How do I find a? I don't know what a is.
They substitute the turning point in and then.
Not the turning point, you already used the turning point.
So there's the point that's got.
Yeah. -3, 1. When x is -3, y is 1. That's all you have to do. Sub -3 in, sub 1 in to find a. See, that's exactly what the first half was about. The only thing that was difficult was choosing the form. Once you choose the right form, it's easy to solve. Yeah, so if I solve for a right now, using that coordinate, this is what you would have said. When x is -3, you should have y is 1. So work it out. That's 9a plus 3. It's 1 minus 3 on both sides. That becomes -2. 9a. A is equal to -2 on 9. So my equation should there be -2 on 9 x squared plus 3. There you go. You see what I'm doing now? I'm just choosing the equation. Let's have a look at this one. What? This one doesn't give you a turning point. But what do they give you? Yeah, they give you x-intercepts. So out of the 3 equations that I gave you, which one would you choose?
3.
Yeah, number 3. See, the third one I gave you was a bracket x plus b, x plus c. Now remember, if you know the x-intercepts are at 0 and 3, what should B and C be?
0 and 3.
Not 0 and 3, 0 and
-3.
-3. Because remember, when you factorize, you try to solve it, it's always the other way around. True? So if I gave you y equals to x minus 2 and x plus 1, you would have told me the x-intercepts are 2 and -1. So that's why if x equals 0 and x equals 3, you can say that this has to be x minus 3 and this has to be x. There you go. Find A. How do you find A? Substitute a point. See, so what was the skill that you're trying to do? The very first step is choosing the right form. I didn't give you a turning point. Don't use a turning point. It's not going to help. I gave you 2 x-intercepts. Use the x-intercept form. What about the last one? What form would you use?
Turning form.
Thank you. That's it. So here we know that it moves to the right by 1, up by 6. So how do you show that? To the right by 1, it has to be x minus 1 squared
And plus 6.
plus 6. And you got the 8 in the front. How do you find A? Sub in 0, 8. That's it. Same techniques over and over. And that's 3K. That's why I said all you have to do is copy my notes. Those 3 equations, you just got to analyze. That's it. That's 3K. Okay, so it is easy to take. What was the hardest exercise? 3I, 3J. What work on those? 3I and 3J. Okay, 3I, 3J are the hardest ones.
We did 3J, right?
We just did 3J in the first session. Okay? But there you go. Now you got about 7 minutes left. That's what exercise 3K is about. I'm going to leave you to that next session on a Friday. I'll be doing exercise 9L. In the meantime, if before the bell goes, remember I want to collect your exercise books as well. I'm going to check, see where you guys are at. So don't forget about that. Yeah, just a bit bloody. Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
Seb's got the eye.
I'm bleeding.
This happened to me yesterday. I was hopping off the bus and all of a sudden my nose is bleeding. Like,
Oh my God.
At least I'm like 20 seconds before.
I didn't even realize that.